I would agree. I think they do deserve to be here on the decider. We deserve to see this knife round and what comes of it. And it looks like the Germans will take it. Deco is going to try and bide his time a little bit here. Maybe find an opportunity, but they all just run at him, even though he collects one. It is just going to be alternate attacks deciding what side they want to start out on. Inferno, Ted, talk us through it. Do you think there's an advantage for any team here, or do you think this is an even enough matchup?
I feel like, judging by the level of opposition that Aurora has faced on this map, you need to favor them, right? Even yesterday, they played against apex in the Bedboom Daka qualifier, the Quos qualifier. They won it 13-9. Their game before that was a really close loss, but a double overtime one against the Eyeballers. Before that, you get a couple wins against TSM, Navi Jr., the Chosen Few. Some close games in there, but I do feel like individually they feel comfortable on it. Still, though, alternate attacks, after what we've seen on Anubis, we can't write them off. I feel like Aurora is still the favorites to pick this one up in 3, but who knows, man? Anything could happen, especially if Panix holds on to that phenomenal individual form from the previous map.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him with an AWP out in this one. Ozak buys his time, and it's himself and Freeze really to shut this player down completely. Speedy getting in on the action as well as Deco hightails it over towards this B bomb site. Panix is still going to be here putting up a defense, but actually he is going to try and let him cross. Perks is going to be holding. Now Panix is going to try and get this round over and done with, but you can see they still respect Deco. They don't want to give him too many opportunities at this. They want to try and play this together if they can. But everybody is going to be here now for the CT side, surely, to just put this one to bed. And if you're Deco, there's just so many angles that you have to be worried and cautious about that. There is
Look at how much
no
respect
chance.
they're giving him, by the way.
It's
a
ridiculous.
5v1. They don't want to give him a chance. They want to make sure this pistol round goes in the bag. We're not letting him get a single Q. He's got it one. Well, he nearly got a second, but yeah, there was just so many people ready to peek. He thought that maybe landing the tag onto the first player would make them respect him even more and just let him isolate a 1v1, but it was a 1 versus 5. Maybe a 1v3, you give him somewhat of a chance, but the fact that alternate attacks play it so carefully, I feel like they realized how close they were to letting this one slip on map 2. And I'm actually going to rephrase that. They let it. Speedy saved their ass. So now you're just going to be as focused as possible, as diligent as possible. You can't underestimate a single situation, a single round, a single kill, a single fight.
Freeze getting aggressive, then Banana takes a flashbang to the face, but still will come away with 2 quick kills, but eventually the pistols will overwhelm them. Fast on the flank here, alternate attacks need to beat, as Aurora will just get out of harm's way for the moment and could be able to get this bomb down. Kenzie goes back to look. Selter just cowering in the corner. This is going to be overlooked completely. Selter tries to take his time to line it up, but not expecting Speedy. Deco didn't even plant the bomb, and Speedy getting it done once again for the attacks side. That is very, very close to being an Aurora round, but you have to scratch your head a little bit there and say, you know, Deco, he was so worried about Speedy being somewhere that he didn't know about. He just wanted to tap the bomb, go back and help his teammate. But in the end, when you lose the round, you do not get that money bonus. And they decide to force one more time. This is a big risk from Aurora.
Yeah, it is a big risk. You understand why they're going for it, though, right? Because they get so many kills and involve the first and the second round. But it is a big risk because you risk that late reset. And alternate attacks, if they convert here, they might get away with an early 4-0 lead on Inferno. Panix is going to get aggressive. He expects this one to be an eco. Now I think he spotted the rifles. Now he knows what's going on. And Speedy's picked up another one on the Og. That's a big kill. He's still alive somehow, by the way. And he somehow picked up a second. Speedy, he's actually picked up a third. This is crazy. This is ludicrous. How is Speedy alive? I know we're not looking at him. I know it's not Anubis anymore. How is this guy picking up so many multi-kills with the AUG?
I don't know. I have no idea. Speedy has just hit some insane form, and he's been playing well, to be honest. You know, throughout the whole series.
He's been playing well, but you don't expect that from Speedy. You don't expect triple kills like that. Look at that. He gets tagged down to 31 HP, deploys the smoke, opens up the distance, comes back for more, and even finds a third. Panics helped him out with the final one. Okay, fair enough, but the fact that he claims the triple once again after getting goosed up after the first player.
Oh, this is a big problem now for Aurora. They're down to just the Deagles, and oh, they're going to be ripped apart here. It's a perfect flashbang. Look at this aggression. Panics is going to get a hat-trick with that MP9, and Deco gets mowed down as well. Monstrous amount of money being built up for the alternate attacks Opper. And a 4-0 lead on a deciding map as Aurora, they are begging, calling out for a response, but they need it now, and they need it quickly.
I'm so afraid about the mental state right now. I really feel like Aurora have the experience needed to stay calm, and obviously you have people like Lucky, like Hooch, to make sure that everyone's on the same note, but considering how difficult it is to swallow that swallow of losing Anubis in the way that you did, and now the start of Inferno, losing a couple closer rounds, it could be a little bit difficult to stay calm, but not if Seltzer's producing kills like that. This is the change. A nice double. aTTaX gonna be quick enough on the rotation though, and he is playing towards the back of default. He's gonna hear the steps, tries to go for the second one. Maybe if he gets the kill onto Kenzie, he finishes off Seltzer as well. He was low on HP, but Kenzie stands tall, and finally Aurora will pick up their first round here on Inferno.
Aurora, they do get their first. A little bit lackluster, to be honest. Alternate attacks, I was expecting a little bit more there, but Seltzer doing a great job. You know, we speak about him so much. Mr. Consistent. You know, he is Mr. Reliable in those kind of situations, and he undoes that apartment setup pretty much all on his own, and then does even more to try and get Aurora out on the site. And they can be thankful that they have him in the server, because he gets them on the board when they needed it most. But we'll see what alternate attacks do have in retaliation, because money is going to be quite good. You can see Freeze is going to drop over an M4 to Speedy. aTTaX can buy himself, and Perks can even drop over a big green to Panic. So this buy should be very strong in retaliation from alternate attacks, and they could really stop Aurora from building up any momentum at all.
Yeah, they could. This is where you shut them down if you wanna have a comfortable CT side, right? Not necessarily a dominant one where you destroy them and you get 10 or 11 rounds, but just the CT side on which you feel comfortable most of the time, and at the end of the day you close it out with maybe 2 or 4 rounds in the lead. So you go after a 7-5 or an 8-4. This is the round that could keep Aurora at bay, and it still leaves it as an option for you to be extremely dominant. Let's see if it works out though. A 3-man setup towards the B-bomb side. Good you to make sure that you force them back for now, and they are thinking about going for a couple peeks. You should be careful about it, because you know that there could be an AVP on the other side, but with the fate of the D banana smoke, they should hide for now. Deku's just holding the line. Boost for Panics. That's a great opener. Now they've seen the CT side AVP, and now Aurora needs to react elsewhere.
Yeah, oh, that's a fantastic shot from
again,
Seltzer. Speedy taken down. Lackey tries to get a little bit tricky with it, walk through that smoke, but aTTaX is going to be ready and holding for that. And now Aurora down to just 3. 2 of them stuck in the apartments right now, smoked off, so that's going to make things a little bit difficult. The need to try and spot anybody out. Deco posted up with the op, but he finds no fortune, as setup here is quite nice, but Freeze taken out of the equation. aTTaX trying to hide. Kenzie has spotted him at least, and now they're just going to surround himself. They're going to try and take him out, but
That's
not
massive.
before aTTaX finds that kill. Now there is at least a chance. It is only a small one, but you've got a 2v2 to try and retake here. 2 flashes in play and a kit on your Opper. There's an opportunity for alternate attacks to get a whole lot closer. Panics. Scoped in, walking in, needs to be ready, but he's not going to spot him. The black of the scope just covering Kenzie there for now, as Deco will not miss an opportunity to strike. Aurora, they do have their second, but my, they're made work for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's not a round that they should be winning on paper, by the way. The side setup was a little bit scrappy. I'm I'm not a massive fan of it. I feel like it was just really unfortunate, especially with the player towards back of default just jiggling left, right, and center, and every now and then he's just exposed to a lot of angles while doing that. I mean, if you want to commit to the idea of playing that angle towards the back of default, you just stay and you hope that aTTaX is going to be able to take the attention away. This is a really good position to surprise them, but if you start jiggling, best believe you're going to be taken down. And actually, the ult misses, but somehow they get a double opening because of the nade and the kill from aTTaX. And look at Freeze. He's so aggressive towards Banana. It's a great response. aTTaX are on a really low buy right now, but so far it's been working out for them. And they still have a couple of aggressive elements. Freeze and his presence towards Banana. He's got a smoke as well. So does Perks. They can use it if they want to, but I feel like at this point they're more than alright with Deku trying to get closer. They want him to get into that fight. Great awareness.
Yeah, just knowing that there could be a player there, even though he's hearing the jump and the Perks, but he will not be able to best the jumping man, because he's stomped all over with that FAMAS. Lucky Low has the AWP to play around with, but Celtic's going to walk right into Panic's scope, and that was never going to work out. Oh, they switched places there. Oh, this is going to be so awkward. Surely that's being communicated. Surely that's being communicated here. Why would Speedy be holding for this? Knows that there is a possibility that he's in the smoke, and instead he is going to spot him out. And Lackey, his time is numbered, surely, because he's not expecting Perks to be behind him that quickly. 5-2 on a low buy alternate attacks. They put Aurora under so much pressure that they wilt.
Yeah, and it's not like all boxes were ticked, right? I mean, the initial shot from the AVP of Panics actually misses towards middle, but they're still able to, because of the utility damage on Banana and because of the M4 that was pushing down mid, they were able to get a 2-man advantage. And yeah, into a 4v2 we go, just 20 seconds into the round. This is great for alternate attacks. And now they can just play it a little bit more passively once again when they have the guns. An alligator for Speedy. Oh, looking for an opening, but he's found his boss. That's a nice shot from Deku to start things off.
Bad HE though, doesn't matter, doesn't do too much damage to them. aTTaX goes down through the smoke, a little bit unfortunate. Speedy gets up close now to try and mow him down. There's two, how about a third? Freeze helps him out with that one, but still, 3 kills all of a sudden. This is a 2v3 in alternate attacks favour. Celter has found a little bit of a gap, but he doesn't have the bomb, he doesn't have his teammate with him. And surely, no, we can't just link up with him.
Oh, they know he could be out. Look at him. They're looking at the side. I'm not sure if they're going to expect him to be towards, but yeah, they know. Speedy's going to go down, but is Celta ready for another one towards the apartments? I don't think he is. Free should have this kill, and the bomb is coming right behind him. Yeah, that's a free kill. No, he's just not looking here. That's a great decision. Buddy system implemented. They were never going to anticipate a second player there. And now Celta needs to clutch it up. 40 seconds. He's looking for the second player. He's found him. Now knows where both are. Question is, how do you isolate those fights, Perks? He's just jiggling for now. Decides to fall back. Noise mate. Celter goes for the peak, but Freeze has won that fight as well. A triple kill for him, a double for Speedy, another massive multi-kill for the IGL, and alternate attacks. You're just getting rounds on the board, Jack. And eventually, this is how you win a game of CS.
Great shot from Deco to start things off, and they go 2 men to the good, but it's such a massive risk jumping through that smoke. I mean, Kenzie goes down, that should be your warning sign, you know, that you probably don't want to go through this, and then you just get caught in the crossfire. All of a sudden you throw a few kills around sillily, and if I'm Hooch there, I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming by the decision to go through that smoke.
Yeah, is the thing that you might get both kills towards middle. You get the Oper, then you shut down the player that's probably trying to recover the AVP, but it's still a 5 versus 3, and you're down, what? You're down 2-5. On a third map, it's elimination on the line. So those are the little things, right? Under different circumstances, you get those 2 kills, it's justifiable to try and go for it. And even then, if you lose the first player like they did, you should be putting an end to it, right? You can stop. You still have the man advantage. It's not like you've already committed too hard into it. Now they're going to try and, I guess, switch it up a little bit. It's just too big of a gap between Lucky and the rest of the team. They're just getting mauled down. This is looking great for alternate attacks. Another multi-kill for both Perks and Freeze. 7-2 on the scoreboard.
I don't know, man. That's just so disjointed. you know, the spacing was just horrible there for Aurora.
You know what this looks like? I don't want to say it, but it almost looks like they haven't recovered from losing that final round on Anubis. Mentally.
It looks like they are playing with a little bit of, you know, just kind of let's, you know, force our way into rounds, which is a horrible way to play, especially against a team that's so well drilled like Alternate Attacks. Like Alternate Attacks, you seen it on the pistol when it was a 5v1. They weren't giving peaks up to Deco. If that doesn't tell you the kind of game plan that Alternate Attacks are going into this one with, I don't know what will. They are not giving chances to Aurora whatsoever, and they are deservedly in the lead of this one. Aurora, they need to really book up their ideas very quickly, but Kenzie straight into the op of Panics, who has rarely been off the mark. That's a problem in itself.
Yeah, so far, even on the T side, the biggest amount of success has been found courtesy of Seltzer, right? And his opening kills towards the apartments. But in this situation, there was nothing he could have done about it. He was knocked off. His teammate just goes down to the AVP. Panics is out of there. Another man advantage. Seltzer is trying to take so much space right now towards Abs, and he's been doing so successfully. But they've been letting the CTs get control over Banana. And if the bait with the one aggressive player and the other just jumping didn't work out, now they have a second. I'm not sure if you're going to be ready about this one. I don't think you clear this one out. Oh, Deco actually does. This is great awareness. He's found a good kill, trying to keep it honest. But Panics is still here with the AVP towards the A-bomb side, and he's ready to collect Seltzer. Speedy's ready for the apartment's presence as well. In the meantime, though, the bomb's headed towards the B-bomb side, and Ausik is all alone here.
Yeah, smoke comes over. You can see Panics is trying to get his runners on and get over to the site to try and help out. But as of right now, it's just Ausik to try and hold on, and he just gets swarmed from both sides. Ausik gets absolutely nothing out of that one. 2v3 now, retake situation on for Alternate Attacks, who, although have won the majority of rounds, their money isn't fantastic in a lot of places. Deco holding, defending from the front line. He should be the first line of contact for anybody. Speedy now just making sure that the flank isn't coming in, which it's not, of course, we can confirm. Panics walking in, Speedy with a great shot. Does Panics overlook that angle? And he does. Deco playing the bait setup lovely as Speedy crosses now into the site. Lackey with strike from behind, and Aurora just setting up perfectly in that post plant to get their third, and it's a must win round there that Aurora get their hands on. But still, the deficit is absolutely huge, and even with that round, if they get no more, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, I feel like Alternate Attacks maybe just have underestimated the round a little bit, right? It was still going well for them, and then the player trying to go for the peak towards Banana. You have a third guy towards Hapo. You're just gambling too much on Aurora not clearing out that left side angle, right? And Deco just did. Great awareness. Both kills were just 1v1s. He made it look really easy because it was. Especially for a player of his caliber. Alternate Attacks still with enough money though. Last time around when they lost around, they were really quick to recover. Not quite swift this time around though. Norway and Kenzie with a lovely double opener towards Banana. And now Alternate Attacks is starting to crumble, and Aurora is starting to get fired up.
You get that kill here though. Panics now might just decide that he's enticed to go for this flash through the smoke here. Both people completely blind. Ausik comes away with a double. That's absolutely huge, and he's fended off this Aurora attack for now, even on his low HP. Kenzie and Lackey, they're not sure if they want to go through it, and they won't even get through because Ausik is still here, putting the damage through the smokes, finding the kills, and Kenzie has to retreat. He'll go the opposite way. Panics now holding the cross to the bomb site. Is there a chance that the Opper is able to catch it? But Kenzie routing himself through the apartments. He'll be able to cross onto the bomb safely, and Panics will not be able to see it. It's a good call from Kenzie to at least keep his chances in the round alive, but the bomb tap just means that Alternate Attacks get a whole lot closer before anything happens.
Ausik hasn't moved from B, by the way. They're still thinking about the possibility of Kenzie just tapping the bomb on A and running back B. This is so big. And Speedy now is going to spot him out. Ausik is going to start moving. Another tap on the bomb. Fade of the smoke. Panics actually gives him a chance here. Kenzie's picked up one. And the bomb lands on the other side of the box, so Speedy can't really do anything about it. Kenzie's got two 1v1s here. Ausik is coming in from long. He's low on HP. And Kenzie, he can get aggressive. Only problem with this If they don't give him a fight, he's gonna walk into them. But if he manages to isolate a 1v1, this could be problematic. Speedy manages to win the fight. That was really key. A nice try from Kenzie, but aTTaX get another one on the board.
Really nicely played there from aTTaX. Still being diligent with their approach.
I was a kid with the old school 2v2k flash through the smoke, by the way, and run through CTs.
It worked out wonders. I mean, you know, he's able to stop them, and he saved the round there. We were already considering that maybe aTTaX go for the save there, but aTTaX has his cape on.
Yeah, crazy. And the fact that the first player that was running in, I think it was Lucky, he was completely alone. Everyone else was just standing behind the smoke. Lucky's running in, he's fully blinded, he shoots all his bullets. aTTaX gets the kill and there's no one nearby to refract. If one more person runs through the smoke with Lucky, aTTaX is one and done, dead. Round is probably over as well. But he just had the time to reset, gets the second one on the spam through the smoke, of course gets a bit fortunate with it, but it's just massive. Freeze, once again, tries that bottom banana aggression. Hasn't really been working out for him, to be fair, though.
Oh, Speedy's heard the stat. Timing is everything. They might line up for him, but one will have to do. The issue is, there's only one player towards that A bomb site as of right now, but Perkz with a massive kill might change the dynamic of this round completely. They can now afford to rotate himself away. They can leave Panics posted on banana.
Oh,
that's exactly where Aurora are headed.
Yeah, that's a big problem. Every single time so far, aTTaX have just had one person jump spot. That's the first time they've actually posted the AVP on this angle. That's big.
And Kenzie not ready for it. A perfect little detail to give aTTaX the advantage now, as Lackey and Deco are forced to react. They're forced into a move towards B. One smoke, one flash, but only one man manning this bomb site as of right now. Panics looks the other way, now scoped in, misses. Just an inch, a whisker away from connecting. And Aurora, they have the site at least. But aTTaX, they're coming quickly and with an abundance of utility.
Yeah, he can just hold. He can just wait for his teammates to arrive. Problem is, what happens if Deku wins that 1v1 against aTTaX? Question. Does he win it? Answer, no he doesn't. There's no way we found out. aTTaX, they get 9 at the end of that first half. 3 survive. In the final one, it's a 9-3 CT side on the third map. In this round 1 elimination game of the CCT Online Finals for Aurora. One of the teams that we were mentioning in the discussion to even win the tournament itself. That's the reason I'm saying this one so slowly. I want this to sink in. We were saying that Aurora is one of the dark horses, and not only us two, everyone talking about the tournament. You're looking at this with the transfer of Deku, especially. They are so close to being eliminated. It's crazy. 9-3. aTTaX are pretty much one pissed around and a couple conversions away from eliminating them as well. They're so close. 4 rounds.
Pistols, so important nowadays, especially with how little rounds, and yeah, that's my reaction as well. Norway just dominated by that Glock.
Speedy's having a field day right now. It's insane. He is the last person in the lineup you expect to be hitting shots like that as well.
Well, the aTTaX can be thankful for him. Now, what they won't be thankful for is this bracket stack, if they're not careful. But it's going to be an apartment's pop. The nades are going to go over. Kenzie surely is going to begin to realise what is going on, and they're going to go and look for the fights here. They're going to look for the players, but it's the perfect bait. If Panics is able to do something with it, but he misses the chance. Deco trying to flush him out as he is going to be swarmed. Selter, it's the man behind him to drop him. But still, a man disadvantage. You need to find a way into this bomb site. Freeze has another smoke if he wants to put it up. As Speedy takes point towards short. Spots one player at least. Second one unconfirmed. As now the smoke goes down. Selter needs to try and move forward. Needs to actually connect on ahead with this USP, and does so. Kenzie does exactly that as well. As the T's now try and hold on. It's down to just Freeze, but Kenzie hits the most important shot of the series so far, because that pistol Without it, Aurora would have been dead and gone. But they survive, they keep their chances alive, and most importantly, Ted, they keep their tournament alive.
Yeah, and once again, it has to be Selter, right? I mean, once again, Selter is the one to pick up the slack and be the man for the big moments. This guy's impact is immeasurable. It's impossible to describe with words. I know that the quality of the kills is so high. The quantity is not there whatsoever. I mean, it's not like he hasn't had a massive, like, 20 and 5 crazy performance. You know, he's not the flashiest guy ever, but he just, when a job has to get done, he does it. He gets it done. What a round. Alternative attacks, though. They go for the reinvestment. Bomb plant allows them to get those rifles in play, and Panics is so quick out of middle. They're looking for the early opening. You look at the amount of SMGs. Aurora, they have 3 MP9s in the mix, and Alternative attacks have 4 rifles. They have the better investment. I mean, not utility-wise for sure, but weaponry-wise, the firepower is much more powerful. Well, much more dangerous, I guess. Firepower is powerful. On the side of alternate attacks, forcing them away from Banana. Aurora have made the right call for now, though. They have a 4-man stack towards the A-bomb side, but Lucky will start doubling back, so that app's pop might actually work out wonders.
Yeah, it just depends how good the flashes are. Deco and Celtic, they need to be looking right off them, but they dodged them for now. Celtic down, Deco completely alone, and Kenzie needs to try and help out, but he's been dropped. Deco still on the site though, and the alternate attacks, they need to flush him out, which they do. Deco good for just a single kill, and that means Aurora, they're down to just 2 SMGs, and surely, do you even go for this? It's a big risk. Let's not forget, the money isn't going to be great. You fully invested in this round after winning the first. You're going to scavenge maybe a rifle or 2 if you manage to pick them up. But yeah, the save has to be the call here. You've been bested by an apartments pop, and alternate attacks, they have 10.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they went for the force buy, they send it, and it works out wonders. And judging by the setup, I don't think Aurora were ready for a round like that. I mean, they were maybe anticipating somewhat of a contact. They were expecting people to try and just walk in. They weren't expecting a full-on send throughout the apartments. Most of the time, if you want to stop an apps pop, you'd want one guy to be playing directly on the balcony, right? And his task pretty much is to kill the first one. If you get the first one trying to jump out of apartments, then it becomes a whole lot easier to deny and stop the entire play. But as soon as the first guy jumps out and drops on their balcony, it's so much more difficult to win the round. And in that case, it did make a difference, but the fact that Perks just hits the most perfect short strafe and just nails the guy on side, it just probably opens the round. Nearly impossible to win for Aurora there. And look at the investment, it's so awkward. Some of them buy up. Deku's leaving himself enough cash for an AVP at I guess 12-4 potentially in favor of alternate attacks. It just doesn't feel like they're on the same page.
Not at all. I was just about to say that. It feels so disjointed, and we've seen that from some of the rushes, from some of the plays that Aurora were coming into this map with, that or their T-side with. It's a little bit all over the place.
It is.
And that suits alternate attacks down to the ground. They will take advantage of that every day of the week. And Aurora, the tilt factor, I suppose, has to be brought into it as well. I wonder just how many cool heads are in that TeamSpeak right now. I mean, Hooch is probably trying to keep it under wraps, but you can see that they're flustered right now.
Yeah, worst news is this could be a save. Nori, the flash actually fails, and Nori might get away with a kill. But there's not enough ammo left in the MP9. Actually, does a respectful amount of damage, but unless Lucky does something with the M4 here on the spam, this should be a save for the CTs. Bullets out. They're crossing, and Aurora actually starting to rotate people back. Lucky might get to deny the bomb from going down. A bit of misfortune, though. Tags him down, doesn't frag him. Unconfirmed damage, of course. Is going to be a hell of a tough retake if they want to go for it. And at this point, I'm really considering whether you should really do it, but they are sending it. Even though Deku's a long, long road away. Lucky starts to close out the distance. Flashes in. They have no kit. They need to be really quick with this one. Lucky's picked up the first one. It's still a really tough round to consider, but Lucky's winning every single fight. Up until Perks and Freeze join in the server, and Freeze is the only one left, but I'm not sure if there's enough time. There isn't for sure. Kenzie gets the kill. They get every single kill on the bomb side, but the lack of a defuse kit decides it all. It's 11 on the board for alternate attacks.
You save up an AK and a Galil though, so it's not all bad news.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as if you called the save. How'd you call the save? You would have even had one less rifle, I feel like.
Arguably better. You would have had one more rifle, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Now they have one more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the right call, essentially, if you gotta judge by the result. But now the buy comes in. The reason Deku full eco'd last round was so he can have an MP9 and full Yuto and armor now, so I guess that's not perfect, but it is the full investment because of the 2 saved rifles. Is do or die for Aurora, and at least at the start, it's not looking too dire. Norway with a good opening.
Yeah, Norrie with a second as well. Freeze was just forced into a fight there that he didn't want to be involved in whatsoever. Speedy tagged down low as well.
What's going on?
They're being torn apart, but in retaliation, Ozzik does find a double, and Perks now, if he can strike on this flank, this could be absolutely massive. That's an instant headshot. Knows that Selter might be close by. Oh, if the timing works out in his favour, this could be huge. Drops down, Selter. Oh, there was an opportunity for Perks maybe to get something done. He was expecting it, but Selter just had his gun up in the right situation, and it falls onto Ozzik. I don't want to rule him out of this, and who could blame me? A minute left. He does have a lot of time to play around with, but it's just that HP that could be a massive factor. He needs to be perfect in both engagements, and he might find himself in an engagement here towards Selter, towards the apartments, waiting on the stairs. The timing. Selter turns around, and that low HP comes into effect, comes to be a problem as Selter shuts him down. No 12 for alternate attacks this time around. They'll have to wait.
Obviously, it's really easy to say from a spectator's point of view. I would have loved to see Ozzik just take a right turn and go and commit to the bomb plant for the sake of the cash being secured, by the way. Just let Selter be. Just go on the bomb side. You know you had a really good timing. Just don't risk it whatsoever, or I don't know, I guess try and come in from behind, from Boiler side maybe, because he'd be looking towards his left, not quite his right, but yeah. Backseat gaming's easy. I'm not sure if Zonic Slow actually works in CS2, but technically Aurora were down 4-11.
Very true, I don't think so though. I think we're going to have to create a new law.
The 9-3 law?
Is
it the same?
It's just not the same.
It doesn't have the same ring to it.
Alternate attack still in with plenty of chances here. Very light in utility though as we continue through round 17. Which could be a big problem should they decide to execute onto a site. So they need to hope that they are maybe going to be given an opportunity. Maybe given a peek here to take advantage of. Deco close. SMG in hand. As the mid play should come in, nearly lines up 2 of them, but he's happy enough with 1 for now, and he'll have to be happy enough with 1 for the rest of this round. His teammates now have to do a job, but Selter down, Kenzie swarmed both angles too much for him to deal with, and Lackey and Norrie rotate into a fallen site as alternate attacks. They were shut out for their 12th in the last round, but will they be denied this time?
This is a big decision to make right now, and I think they're going for it. A save wouldn't be the worst possible decision here if you believe that you can come back and get 7 in a row, but they're gonna send it. MP9, M4, they need to win this round. They absolutely need it, and Norway's picked up a double. This is massive. Panics in the clutch, gets the first one, knows where the second is as well, and bomb's planted for him. Lackey's got a defuse kit, but Panics, he can just jiggle, he can just toy with him, and Panics clutches up. It's a 1 versus 2 for the newly signed German Oper, returning home and looking to send Aurora packing.
And Aurora's money shattered by that round. A mapping series point. And Aurora, the Dark Horses, one of the teams that we were throwing into the equation of who is gonna maybe win the whole entire event. A shock
That's crazy.
from pain, knocked down into the lower bracket. Now needs 7 perfect rounds to stay alive and force an overtime. And this, the toughest of the lot. SMGs, pistols, a FAMAS, limited utility, and there goes some of it. They're going for the aggressive peak, but alternate attacks, they're waiting for it, and they're chewed up and spat out. As now, Aurora, they continue to try and hold on. Deco, close in second mid, waiting. Perks is gonna get an opportunity, and he shuts down Deco completely. Selter and Kenzie left to try and turn the tide in this round, but this one is as good as done, surely. And alternate attacks, they're being so patient to flash in. Kenzie's been spotted, he's just going to be run down and gunned down. And Selter, Mr. Consistent, only with a 5-7 in his hand, has to try and get to terms with this round, but I don't think he's going to be able to. I really don't. Panix has walked all the way through to 3, and Selter is not going to be ready. Surely there's a nice headshot at least. He gives himself an opportunity, but this one would be one of the best that we have seen probably since swapping over from Go to CS2. And Selter now needs to go,
right?
Doesn't have a lot of time, but finds the head at least with the AK. Now too many